Trump derangement syndrome.
The candidates are pulling out all the campaign stops. Team Harris does appear to have momentum. Harrison Ford made a very powerful video in support of the vice president. Did you see this? Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Dick Cheney are all supporting Kamala Harris. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Darth Vader. This is one hell of a rebel alliance.
I'm Harrison Ford. I've got one vote, same as anyone else. And I'm going to use it to move forward. I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris. Good luck.
Kornacki, I just have to jump. Steve Kornacki, I just have to jump in. And you've been predicting this. We've been waiting for it. And we do have some breaking news from the decision desk. NBC News can now project that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, which means he is the winner of this race and will return to the White House as this country's 47th president. He's promised to conduct mass deportations to crack down on the rights of millions of Americans. Donald Trump is an anti-democratic force.
You could tell the Russians are running out of ideas when they're trying to disrupt our elections now, using the same tricks kids in the 80s used to get out of PE. But the rest was not great. Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who rely on Social Security, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO, for the truth and democracy and decency. And it was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him. And guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him, too. You just don't realize it yet. And most of all,
these people have gone stone cold crazy, but I've beaten them all my life.
It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO, for the truth.
What, are you gonna cry now? Come on, cry, baby, cry for me. Come on, cry.
Deep in the recesses of my brain, a tiny red-hot little...
Maybe this time he'll shock us and actually do some productive things. He won't, probably, but he could. Or maybe the only good part of all this is he can't run again in 2028. I don't know.
22nd Amendment limits a president to 2 4-year terms in office.
As the Americans would say, it's all fairy tales and hoax. Oh, my goodness! Look at that!
You've burnt it. You've burnt off the part of the lost city.
It's for the best, I'm sure.
It's